Hello and welcome once again to my side of YouTube. This is me, Luther574, and today this might be a long video. Only reason because I'm going to be talking about Pokemon. So I'm not just going to be talking about it, but this is mainly me questioning, well, not really questioning, but bringing up a sort of a complex question. This is a video of a complex question of Pokemon. So before I go into the question, I want to talk about the timeline of Pokemon and possibly why they were made in this sort of pattern. So we have 1998, Pokemon Red and Blue. And then in Japan, we had Green. Then 1999, we had Pokemon Yellow. 2000, we had Gold and Silver. 2001, we had Crystal. 2013, Ruby and Sapphire. 2004, Fire Red and Leaf Green. 2005, Emerald, which was the third game of Omega Ruby. Which was the third game of Ruby and Sapphire. 2007, Diamond and Pearl. 2009, Platinum. 2010, remakes of Gold and Silver, which was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. 2011, Black and White. 2012, Black and White 2. 2013, X and Y. 2016, Sun and Moon. So, what is going on with this timeline? Why is it they decided to put Pokemon games, and why is it that they decided to make these Pokemon games in this sort of order? When in Pokemon games, they hint towards so far into the timeline with that Red and Blue hinted towards Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, this Pokemon Yellow, Fire Red, and Leaf Green, they hinted towards Black and White. Why is that? Because there was that one female, after getting out of the dark cave that you needed Flash to get through, there was this picnicker or beauty girl that after you beat, she says, wouldn't it be nice if there is a floral pattern Pokemon? 2011, Pokemon Black and White came out, and there was Musharna and Munna. They had a flower on their side. Musharna and Munna are psychic, not grass. Just so you know. So, there are so many hints towards these games have hinted that Game Freak had already planned out so many other games before they decided putting games out in a specific order. Now, another thing is the timeline of the games coming out. There's a specific timeline in the game specifically. In 1998, Red and Blue had the Oh my goodness. Red and Blue had Pokemon Safari, but in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you got to go into Kanto because Johto and Kanto are so close together that they go to the same Pokemon League. Which I'm surprised that in Red and Blue there wasn't ever a hint of Heart Gold or Soul Silver, or just Gold and Silver. There is a thing that's going on with Gold, Silver, and Crystal. In Gold and Silver, the main Pokemon on the boxes were Ho-Oh on Gold and Lugia on Silver. And then we have one of the 3 roaming dog Pokemon that are in Gold and Silver as the mascot for Crystal, which is Suicune. There are 3 in total roaming dogs, and out of 3, Suicune is one of them. There's Raikou and Entei. As you can already tell by the coloration of Suicune, Suicune is a water type, Raikou is electric type, and Entei is, in fact, a fire type. So, Ruby and Sapphire. What took so long for it to have its 3rd game? When, out of all of the games, before I go into that, there is something that we haven't really noticed for all the other games that ever came out. Red and Blue, Red, Blue, and Yellow, their mascots on the box was a specific starter. In Red, there was Charizard. On Blue, there was a Blastoise. On Red in 1999, we had Pikachu, the Pokemon mascot for Nintendo. So, what do these 3 games, plus Fire Red and Leaf Green, have in common that all the other games don't? Every other game has a legendary on the box, except for Fire Red, Red and Blue, and Yellow. What if I told you the biggest hint for Black and White was the box art on Red and Blue? Apparently, on the boxes of Red and Blue, Charizard and Blastoise weren't really supposed to be Blastoise and Charizard on the boxes. It was supposedly going to be an idea of a fire dragon type and a possibly water dragon type. So, who knows if it was going to be a water dragon or a fire dragon, but if that's what they were going for, well, we got that in Black and White, and Black and White 2. So why am I saying this? Because, in fact, Reshiram, the white dragon, was fire type, fire dragon type, and the black dragon on white, the black dragon on white is electric. So, what does that have to do with Blastoise, and Charizard. Charizard is supposedly a flying fire type, but the Pokedex base is saying it looks like a dragon, and everybody who's ever played Pokemon had been saying Charizard is a dragon type, even though it doesn't say it, because he looks like a dragon. Now, this is a little argument that I've had before, but just because it looks like a dragon doesn't make it a dragon. But anyway, the box art for Black and White and Red and Blue were supposed to be the same thing. But if they did that for Red and Blue, then we would have had a different box art for Black and White. Now, if there's a specific time line in the Pokemon games itself, not how they came out, but in the game, every game has a specific time line. And people were saying that a specific game was supposed to be the future. One of the games was supposed... Ooh. Easy. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were supposedly the future of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Why is that? In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, the battle tower is built and finished. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it's still being built. But not just that, but supposedly there's a Looker paradox, that the Looker that we see in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is in fact Looker from Black and White. I mean, Sun and Moon, who went through a distortion hole where the Ultra Beasts come out, and this was something that I actually said before and appeared on that beach, because the thing that these dimensional holes do can make someone very forgetful, can pretty much swipe their slate clean in a way until they finally remember what they have to do. But anyway, the only reason we see Looker in Sun and Moon, and he has no memory of going through a dimensional hole, is because that hasn't happened to him yet in Sun and Moon. It has to be, I want to say, it has to be exactly when we beat the Pokemon game in Sun and Moon, and then he gets and spits right back out in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Supposedly, he had a Audino for medical help or something like that, and that is why he gives us a Audino Knight, the Mega Evolution Stone for Audino in Omega Ruby and Sapphire. But anyway, why would they make the Pokemon games in this specific order, 1998 to 2013? And if they had a specific time set in the game, why wouldn't they make the game the way it was supposed to be? But anyway, this has been Luther574. I may have said it anyway so many times in this video, but anyway. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.